trying to be a cop?
I'm not trying to be a cop.
Who else has red and blues?
So we got DEA hat, NYPD police jacket, probably every bit of 1,000-ounce thing.
There's a very special bond between police officers and firefighters. As first responders, we have a special bond. Police officers look out for firefighters, and firefighters look out for police officers. And if a police officer is conducting an investigation to a person that they believe is pretending to be a firefighter, the officer is going to take it very personally because it takes a lot to earn that firefighter badge. And if the person's story starts to unravel after just a few questions, and they start to discover a whole bunch of things that just don't make sense, that person's likely going to end up in handcuffs and in the back of a police car. This is one of those.
1106 going traffic, making a stop at mile marker 156 exit. New York tag is Alpha Golf Mike 4, AGM 4, Black Santa Fe.
The original video said that this was a person who was running at a high rate of speed with blue and red lights going.
Can you roll the windows down, please? Deputy Group with the Interrogation County Sheriff's Office, just so you know, this traffic stop's being audio and video recorded. You have your license and registration. You're a firefighter? Okay.
Okay, some things I'd like to cover. Very interesting things on this stop here. First is that I love that the officer on the approach was very cautious on the approach and asked the person to roll the windows down prior to getting to the vehicle. Very good tactic, especially if you can't see inside. But it's also a very cool psychological thing to that tactic is that the degree of compliance that you get from the person. If they just immediately roll the windows down, very, very cool. You kind of know that you might have a yes or a cooperative person. However, there could be the challenge of a person who has a hearing disability or they just didn't hear what you were saying, but it's a very good tactic. The other thing is I heard a phrase that rings very true to me because I'm a New Yorker. It says, I'm on the job. So when they say I'm on the job in New York, it's very common for police and firefighters to say I'm on the job, meaning the police or firefighter function, first responder. Very common New York phrase. I noticed that there were New York plates on the vehicle. It looked like when he said it, he pulled out some kind of credential, likely his badge. Firefighters get badges too. A lot of people don't know that, but they have badges. And then he also has on an FDNY sweatshirt. That is something that would lend one to believe that they may be a firefighter, but all of these things together, some things seem just a little bit off.
1026. Do you have your driver's license and your registration? We are stopped on Route 95, off ramp. Is that your driver's license? Why are we running red and blue lights?
What's that?
Why are you running red and blue lights?
Heading out to Miami for something.
For what?
For a fire. I work for them down there. I just retired from the fire department. So.
Definitely getting Deputy Don't Play That vibes. It looks like whatever this guy was playing in the beginning, he's realizing he's run into a Deputy Don't Play That.
Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from north.
Where's north?
Yeah, I just came from Mims, Florida.
Who's north?
What do you mean?
You just said I came from north.
I just turned around and came north to south. Yeah. I came from Mims, Florida.
Okay, and why are we running code?
Right.
You see the issue we're having?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's my fault.
So you're doing 100 mile an hour with lights and sirens. Well, lights. You weren't running sirens. So why are you trying to be a cop?
I'm not trying to be a cop.
You're not. Who else has red and blues?
Fire department.
Is this a fire department vehicle?
No, it's not.
Does this fly in New York?
This.
It does?
They don't have a problem.
Well, I'll make a phone call real quick. You hang tight. 1106, 1190. Can you go to TAC, please?
So when you hear the officer say go to TAC, usually that means that there's a tactical channel. They have sensitive information they want to broadcast on the regular channel. So you go to TAC and there's like maybe sometimes one or two where you have multiple TAC channels. You go with TAC 1, TAC 2. And what's really interesting is that when you do that, a lot of times other officers will go to try to hear what you're saying. But that's when you hear that go to TAC, like a tactical channel, not the regular channel to broadcast.
It's a New York firefighter saying he's going from Mims to Miami. Not an agency vehicle.
And what, is he running 1018 the entire way?
I guess so. I asked him if this was a normal procedure up there. He stated yes. He's got a very bobbled story. I asked where he came from. He just said up north. I said, where up north? He said he just left Mims and was heading to Miami. And that's about all I've got out of him so far.
Tell me any other.
26.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
alright, so Mims,
Mims, Florida is, oh God, where is Mims? Mims it's a way north. It's not like anywhere close by, obviously. It's, man, where is it? I want to say it's up near the Daytona area.
So the deputy muted his mic while his camera is still running. Understand that every department that has a body camera has a body camera policy, and when that camera or mic can be muted. And for those who mute them outside of policy, there are disciplinary actions that the officer or deputy can incur. I am not suggesting that that's what is happening here. What I'm just doing is sharing with you some educational elements of body cameras and how they work. This is definitely not anything nefarious, I believe.
All right, I had to unmute it. So you're not in the ACC vehicle, and you're not your story. I asked you where you came from. All you would tell me is up north. And then after the third time I asked you where up north means, you stated Mims. Do you live in Mims?
Yeah.
What were you doing in Mims?
I was fishing.
All right. Actually, let me even back it up one more further real quick, just to cover all bases real quick. All right? Have you ever been read your rights? All right. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that? Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand that? You have the right to talk to a lawyer, have a lawyer present with you while you are being questioned. Do you understand that? If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning. Do you understand that? With these rights being read to you, do you understand them and do you wish to speak to me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm not here to hide it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I think I'm fucked up. I messed
All right.
up. That's all I'm, like.
So,
I shouldn't have been doing
I want to connect these dots.
Yeah, good.
Why were you in Mims?
I was fishing.
You were fishing in Mims.
Fort Pierce. Then I came up to Mims to go fishing.
You were in Fort Pierce,
Right, my friend.
came up to Mims to go fishing,
Firehouse from here. Right?
and now you're going back to where? Miami?
I'm going Fort Pierce and then North Miami. Yes.
Your first stop's Fort Pierce. Do you live Fort Pierce?
A fireman had the house there.
Okay, so you live in Fort Pierce, and then you're going. Your end goal is to go to Miami. Where do you work out of Miami?
I don't work there.
What are you doing going to Miami then?
I'm going down to go fishing now.
So when I asked you earlier, you said you now work in Miami, and that was a
Yeah,
lie.
I was going to a fire in Miami. Yeah, that's right.
Said you're on your way to a fire in Miami. Yeah.
I mean, here, listen, there anything you can do in Miami, please help me out here.
Are you actively employed?
Yes.
Who are you actively employed with?
DXC Fire.
What's the phone number to their station?
Their station.
Where are you working?
So the story started off that he is a New York City firefighter in Florida in his personally owned vehicle with red lights and blue lights, driving to Miami from several miles away to handle a fire. And he's really going fishing. This is when I say felony stupid, I'm not talking about the person, I'm talking about the act. And that is absolutely felony level stupid.
What's the phone number to your station? Alright. Do me a favor. Hop in here right now until we figure all this out. Got it? Alright, hang tight.
I don't believe he's even a fireman.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way,
He has this paper in the front. I mean, especially in New York, I don't think you can be a firefighter and smoke cigarettes.
I'd be taking them.
Oh, absolutely.
Impersonation all day long. And he straight up admitted, like, just being literally just running into it.
Is that the only light he has?
I guess.
You see it?
Ruber
You saw him
running. What?
You saw him running?
Oh, 100%.
Is Is this the only light he has?
Yeah, it's red, blue, red, blue.
So just take note that Florida Highway Patrol is on scene. They're in the tan uniform, so you have at least 2 different jurisdictions. And that would occur if there's a stop on the highway, because Highway Patrol has primary jurisdiction on the highway. So a lot of times if the stop is conducted by a deputy sheriff on the highway, they'll show up and assist.
Are you taking it? No. I don't mind taking it. This is great knowledge for me. But I'm going to call his... I'm going to call and make sure he's actually employed. He just tried whispering as soon as you walked away. He came up to me and he goes, hey, you know, I was in 9/11 and all this stuff. Can you please work with me? Blah, blah.
I don't think he's active.
I got his ID on my seat.
I don't think he's been supposed to be a firefighter.
Is there weed in there?
No.
Oh, cigarettes. Oh.
Hey, just FYI, since COVID, I got COVID. I can't smell much. Just FYI. So,
What's up?
you guys smell something?
Hello?
Oh, you got this? Yeah. It's back in August. I just can't.
570-4216. Well, hey, do me a...
Fire Department of New York City expires February 1st, 2022.
Yeah, this vehicle.
Hi, is this a fire station? Hi, this is Deputy Gruber with the Unraveling County Sheriff's Office. Is there a lieutenant or somebody I can speak to? Thank you, sir. Well, he gave me an active number to a fire station.
He may be, but still, you're
Dude,
you're in Florida.
how you doing, sir? Is this a lieutenant for the fire station? That's fine. That's fine. If you're acting in command or something. So I've got a real issue here. I'm a deputy for the sheriff's office in Indian River County, Florida. I am a deputy for Indian River County in Florida.
Do you have his ID on you?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Do you know a James J. the Fourth Tedesco? Is that how you pronounce that? Tedesco. It's Tedesco. Yeah, James J. the Fourth. Is he an active firefighter at your department?
Yeah, he's a retired member.
He's a retired member, so he's not active. He's not active with you guys. Yeah, he's running lights and sirens down an interstate, telling me he's on his way to a fire in Miami
In a personal car.
in his personal vehicle. All right. Yep, he's in his personal car. But can you do me one more favor just to help this whole situation out? Was he active with you during 9/11? So after 9/11.
Ask him how he got this.
Yeah, oh yeah, he tried name dropping that he was a firefighter during 9/11 and all that, so he was asking for forgiveness. He also has an active firefighter, Fire Department of New York City parking pass, it looks like. How would he acquire that? Yeah, it says active firefighter, Manhattan ID number 02318. Oh, those haven't been valid for 2 years?
Okay, some things I'd like to cover. First, I'd like to say shout out to NYPD and the Fire Department in New York. Absolute heroes. As someone who lost someone very close to me in 9/11, a firefighter, TC Coleman, shout out to you. When a person impersonates the heroes that performed on that day, we take that very, very personally, especially those of us who lost loved ones. And the police feel like it's an entire family with the firefighters. It's definitely something that they're going to take personally, especially if it's a type of stolen valor for a person who wants to claim that to get out of driving to a fishing trip and drive at a high rate of speed. Second thing I'd like to say, in New York, where I'm from originally, there are all kinds of people who have parking passes. Parking is really challenging in New York, so you'll see different type of city people and police passes, and if they're inside the windshield, they get to park in certain places, and some are legit and some of them are bogus. And so this guy just felt like he was going to be able to utilize this apparently, allegedly, and now it was shown that this isn't even a legit parking pass, that he wasn't a 9/11 hero. And this investigation, I'd love to see that it's being done this diligently. This is something that's very serious. Stolen stolen valor is a serious thing. It might not be the actual charge of stolen valor, but it is the idea of something that was so heroic and saying that you performed there. That means something.
Well, no, I'm good if you guys are good. I don't need any more information. You've helped me plenty.
No, I had the fuel.
That's pretty bright for one of those Amazon.
It is, really. I should put that in my car.
I'm sorry, but he discriminated the badge.
So now the challenge is to figure out what are the appropriate charges under the circumstances, because there's a whole bunch of different things going on, and things that make us feel bad don't necessarily make them crimes. So it's really important that they're diligent to find the elements of what crimes were committed.
All right, sir. Hang tight. All right. So right now you're not under arrest. You consent me to search your vehicle to make sure there's nothing else that I need to worry about if you are cut loose. You don't have a problem with that?
I have two guns in there.
Okay. Where are they located?
They're in the cases in the back seat.
In the cases in the back seat?
And then one's in the trunk.
Okay. Like I said, I want to search the vehicle and make sure there's nothing else dangerous, hazardous, or any of that stuff. So there's two firearms, back seat of the vehicle,
like in the back
in the
seat,
case,
right,
in the
yeah.
back trunk area.
Right.
That's it. Nothing else? And there's in the vehicle. How much?
Less than an ounce.
Okay. All right. Let me shut this. Okay.
Can you loosen this up on your hair, dude?
Yep. Give me one. Here, go. Yeah, just turn around. Which one?
That was my dip off right there.
All right.
My dad, that's my
Hey, Tommy, come here for a sec. I'm going to loosen these up for him. I'm going to do 2 handcuffs to help your shoulders out.
Yeah. My dad's the mayor of City full of black girl. That's my dad.
Your dad's the mayor?
My dad's actually fire.
Mayor of what?
All right, do me a favor, hop back up. And then,
I can tell you where
you're fine. They'll search it. If they find it, I'll let you know.
That's all I got.
Okay, if that's, like I said,
That's all I got.
we can work with that. So,
I wasn't trying to be a pig, man. I apologize.
Okay.
My family told me.
all right, let me get you to hop up there. Perfect. All right, hang tight for me, all right? He's moving. I got him, not at quite 100, but I got him in the 90s.
Like that too.
Yeah, well, I will, but I'm trying. Oh, hey, Jaws, you there?
Is there any way you can get it for reckless endangerment? With the lights on, traffic moving out of the way, high rate of speed.
That's smart. Let me tell Jaws. Jaws is helping us out right now. Okay, so speed in the 90s.
That's personal, man.
Speed in the 90s. Obviously, the lights and sirens hopefully is an extra factor. Cars moving in and out of the way. Muni wants to know, is there any way we can get reckless on this?
I guarantee he's got a Fed bag in there somewhere.
Oh my God, he's got an NYPD jacket in his car too. Did they?
I would say submit everything that has to do with,
Like,
first
yeah,
of all,
not exposing today, but like basically almost everything back here.
anything that has to do with a law enforcement agency or a fire department, I would seize.
Yeah.
Weapons you have to take because he's going to be in jail, and that can't be rotated with the car.
Right.
Ammo. You're working late.
Oh man. So I'm gonna need your help.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Oh, man, we're on the highway. This
Look at
seems
this.
like an FHP crowd.
So
We try to get here. You got it first.
So we got DEA hats, NYPD police jackets, clearly probably every bit of 1,000 rounds of ammunition.
Is that his actual name?
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught that, but this is that law enforcement camaraderie joke. So the person that's in the frame, the Florida Highway Patrol, this is a really time-consuming event because they're going to have to impound all that stuff and go through the entire car. So the deputies are joking, saying, okay, well, this happened on the highway, so you should take it. So the Florida Highway Patrolman would have to take over doing all the cumbersome work that entails this arrest. And it's a joke that go back and forth with them, but it's all in good camaraderie. But in policing, you know, they say you catch them, you clean them. And ultimately, in the original video, I don't believe it lists the exact charges for the suspect that was taken into custody, but it is pinned, and there were quite a few items taken. And again, I'm cautious to read these when it doesn't come from an original report, but it does look like he was booked. Don't have the specific charges. A couple things that this led me into thinking about, especially when we started talking about 9/11. But first, I want to shout out the challenge coin that I have for today, which was an amazing gift. This is an interesting one, Brotherhood of the Fallen, which is interesting that this is what we're discussing right now. Chicago on one side and New York City on the other side. So it's a really interesting, looks like a custom coin. Thank you for this coin. Again, when you reach out to me, let me know if you want your name mentioned, because I won't mention your name otherwise, because I respect people's privacy. Very cool coin. But after watching that, I have a whole bunch of stuff on this desk, if you could see, and some of my own personal stuff. And because of the fact that this was something that had to do with 9/11, and I have so much respect for the heroes that performed on that day. So these are two pins that I have of my own that I keep close, which is the Fire Department 9/11 pin, and then the NYPD 9/11 with the flag, those two. And I'll probably showcase those when it gets closer to 9/11, but because we're talking about it, I wanted to just shout out those heroes. And my department actually had a challenge coin. My department actually had a 9/11 challenge coin. I hope that you can see it. I don't know if this focuses properly, but never ever forget, it was a horrific situation, and for someone to pretend that they were a hero on that day takes away from their integrity. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the video that's on your screen for more content just like this. TC Coleman.